Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, a tour dos, and another official Asobo bush trip, the Tasmanian Odyssey from Georgetown to Smithton in Launceston. No, Smithton's today. Launceston is the end of the trip. Tasmania is a land of intrigue and enchanting beauty. The smallest, least populous and southernmost of Australia's states, Tasmania offers a wide range of locations to explore. These include white sand beaches, sea cliffs, lush forests, winding rivers, imposing mountains, and a range of architecture. This journey brings the very best of Tasmania to life for the aviator. It begins at the northern end of the island, exploring the rugged coastline, verdant stands of trees, and islands found there. The route traverses a series of natural corridors in a counterclockwise circumnavigation route around the island. It visits the southernmost reaches of Tasmania, the capital, Hobart, and then explores such renowned locations as the Bay of Fires, the Gardens, and Coles Bay in the northeast before drawing to a close. 1,138 kilometres, 3 hours 22, 7 legs, and we're in a Tron Aviation Cessna 208B Grand Cherokee. I think that's the rest of that. Let's go. All right, we're good to go. We've got 90% fuel and everything's looking pretty good. Let's go. Another airplane to get used to. We've sent the co-pilot, well, possibly we've sent someone with the Diamond to Launceston to wait for us after we've done our little official bush trip. Oh wow, I haven't even touched anything, we're already taken off. Well, I like that kind of plane, don't have to do shit. Alright, we've got the purple line, it's the first leg, so the first segment, first leg, yes. So we're going to use it as a crutch. 207 for 41 seconds, the Tamar River. After launching from Georgetown Airport, fly over the northern edge of Georgetown to the Tamar River, a 43-mile-long estuary. Beautiful. Let's have a look at this this must be Georgetown. Good old Georgetown. Which we can't see because there's a giant white panel floating in the sky. It must be the aliens. The aliens! Oh, we've got to get a flap up. There we go, that's better. Didn't actually start the clock because it was only 40 seconds, and the purple arrow will lead the way. And I assume this is the Tamar River. Hello, Tamar. There we go, time to turn already. 142 degrees for 57 seconds. Bell Bay, to the south-southeast lies Bell Bay on the eastern shore of the Tamar River. A port and industrial centre responsible for roughly 60% of Tasmanian's trade. 60% coming through here. You wonder if this is where the Spirit of Tasmania lands. I don't actually know where that arrives at. Surely Launceston. Though is Launceston even on the coast? I know nothing about Tasmania. Absolutely jack shit fuck all, as they say in Tasmania. Let's reset our clock. We need to do 57 seconds to get to Bell Bay. To the south-southeast lies Bell Bay. On the eastern shore... Did I read this? I did. I already read it. I just didn't feel like I'd read it, but I did. 60% of the Tasmanian trade. Dude, my brain, dude. Alright, we're still climbing quite significantly, so let's... this is a plane that you don't have orange. You don't have the safety buffer. Look at this field with its circles and its Illuminati rings. Alright, 245 for 341. Get to 245. Let's actually extend our navlog a little bit so we can see a bit better. 245 for 341. There we go. The Rubicon River. West-southwest of Bell Bay, after passing over rolling forest, is the Rubicon River, an estuary off the Bass Strait that is home to the town of Port Sorell and is an important habitat for the pied oyster catcher species of bird. Dude. The pied oyster catcher. I mean, they catch oysters? They're not exactly going to run away from them. Can you really call that catching? Alright, we're still climbing. We're still climbing way too much. So let's try minus 5%. Alright, minus 3%. We'll see where we'll see where we're at. Gotta watch out for that red line though. Yeah, it's getting too risky. Getting too risky. I'm gonna go down to 90%. It's too risky. I think we need to stick around 160. I remember this plane from wherever it was, another bush trip. And yeah, it just sneaks over into 175, 176, and then the whole bush trip ends. So, gotta really keep an eye on it. I don't understand why there wouldn't be a buffer zone like every other plane. I don't understand. Don't like it. Alright, so we can probably go back to, let's try 2%. Didn't reset the clock. Oh well. Oh well. Too busy worrying about the plane exploding. Which is, to be fair, a fair worry, right? Let's have a look around while we're here. Got Illuminati fields on the hill there. Nice mountainous, foresty. Yeah, Tasmania's meant to be absolutely beautiful. Very lush, very verdant. I think they used to call it the Apple Isle. I guess they used to make apples there, I don't know. Look at that view. Oh, look at it. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the clouds. Lovely. Back towards the mainland, which we can't see. It's too far away. So -2%, 90%, nice 160 knots, calm, tranquille penal. Looking pretty good. In fact, I think we're still losing height, but I don't mind that. I've gotten too high anyway. This must be the Rubicon ahead of us. We shall cross it like Caesar did. No, I'm not going to acknowledge that that was a completely different river in a completely different hemisphere of the Earth. I wonder why they named this the Rubicon as well. Does it look like the Roman river? Well, does it? Well, do ya, punk? Look at these colours. Incredible. Hello, good sirs. Are you the Rubicon? If so, please nod twice. How rude. Didn't even nod once. You could have at least said something with the mouth of your river. The mouth. Oh, God. Oh, God, the bad jokes. There we go. Time to turn. I'm actually going to reset the clock this time. There we go. And I'm going to move my navlog up a bit. There we go. And then I'm going to go to 265. There we go. On our way for 3 minutes and 1 second. On our way to Devonport Oval. Pass over a patchwork of agricultural fields to come to Devonport Oval, a sports stadium that is home to a number of teams, including the Devonport Cricket Club and the Devonport Football Club. Yeah, Tasmania's a strange one because they do plenty of sport. They're Australian like everyone else. They're mad for sport. They've wanted an A-League football team for a while, and they haven't got one. I don't think they've got an AFL team. They definitely have a cricket shoot shield side, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, time to get Tasmania in with the rest of the... It seems to me if you're going to have any kind of league of any kind of football, rugby, football, soccer football, AFL, you should do everything you can to make sure that there's a team from every state and territory. And if there's just not enough support to have teams in those places, well then that's a major problem with the administration of your sport. Put some more money into Tasmania. Put some more money into Northern Territory. I mean, how is it the A-League, which is a football, and I'm going on a rant here, but that's fine, I think it has a Queensland team now. It's always got a Queensland team. I think it's got a ACT team. Game. And we're back. Wow. I'm hopefully going to remember to edit this out, but that was a good 30-second freeze. A Sobo, 30-second. I'm not even using display capture. I managed to get it to use window capture at least, rather than, I'd rather use game capture, but I thought that might have been the issue, but no, it's not the display capture. So still issues with the game. Let's see. Need to make a note to edit that. Very strange, very strange. Alright, so can we see Devon? This must be Devonport. I don't know why we're highlighting an oval in Devonport when Devonport itself is a large Tasmanian well-known town. We've done 2 minutes 30 of 3 minutes 1 second, so the oval must be here somewhere. We've got racetracks below us. All sorts of strange things going on here. What are these? Are these solar panels or something? Or just some kind of weird field that the algorithm doesn't know what... Oh, they might be greenhouses, maybe. No, there's an oval there. Is that it? Is that the Devonport Oval right there? A couple of large smokestacks on the river there. That must be Devonport Oval. Just below us now. Hello. Are you playing cricket? We haven't turned yet. We haven't turned yet. We should have. We should have. It's been over 3 minutes, but again, I'm probably going closer, slower than the game wants me to. That's not a field there. That's a racetrack. That's also a racetrack. There we go. Time to turn. Don't know where the actual oval. I'm sure it was the one I was looking at. That looked like a cricket field. Cricket pitch and whatnot. Reset our clock. We want 187 for 337. Devil's Gate Dam. Fly over the city of Devonport and then swaths of fields and low hills to Devil's Gate Dam. A double-arched concrete dam that holds back Lake Barrington from along the Forth River drainage. Wow. I have absolutely murdered that. That holds back Lake Barrington along the Forth River drainage. Okay, is that English? What the hell is a Forth River drainage? Along the drainage of the Forth River, I guess. I mean, I've just never seen the words like that put together like that. Anyway, we'll allow it. 337 in this direction. What a beautiful landscape we've got here. Like a, I don't know, it's almost like a Lord of the Rings movie with this Hobbiton. I imagine Tasmania has quite similar climate to New Zealand, given that they're basically at the same, well, parts of it are at the same latitude to one another. New Zealand being a lot further south than you think. Well, than I think. I usually think it's sort of like straight out from Sydney, but it's not. It's much further south. Much cooler. Much more lush, I guess, as well. Definitely not tropical. Let's have a look around. See what else we can see. All these lovely little rolling fields and hills. And I think the hills roll, maybe not the fields. I'm going to say rolling fields anyway. Why not? What does a rolling hill mean anyway? It ain't going anywhere. Well, maybe it is over millennia. Over millennia, maybe it gets its roll on. Crazy clouds. We're 7:15 AM local, so the bush trip is. I wonder what time of year. It doesn't ever tell you any of that kind of stuff, and I don't think you can find it. If we go up here, we've got no access to the weather and everything because it's the bush trip. It's at this moment he wonders whether the gear were meant to be up, but no, it's not a retractable gear. That would have been embarrassing now, wouldn't it? Let's see, we've got a bit of a reservoir there. How long? We've got another minute to go, so we haven't made it to the dam yet. Although, actually, is that what this is? Is this the Forth River drainage? Rather harsh terminology for a lovely river. The dam must be behind this hill. Dam hiding. Yeah, we're high enough. I was going to get a bit higher because this hill's looking a bit tall in front of me, but don't know where we're headed next. We're headed back towards the coast, so we're not heading towards those mountains there, so no need to fly up into the stratosphere. Hello, I've got dam. Oh wow, where's the dam then? I want to see the dam. We're meant to turn, but I want to see the dam. Is that it there? Dam. Double arched concrete dam. I don't know what any of that means. Alright, time to turn. Turning late, doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. We've got the purple arrow to save us if we get lost. We want 298, back the way we came, for 4 minutes 12 seconds. Mount Duncan, traverse lushly forested hills and agriculture fields to Mount Duncan, which rises to 2,234 feet above sea level and is one of the most notable peaks of the Dial Range. Dial Range, huh? Is that it all the way out there? Is that going to be 4 minutes away? I feel like that sounds not right, but alright, we allow it. Look at this beautiful countryside. Very definitely have to visit Tasmania one of these years. I have family there. Never visited them since they moved there. We should get a bit higher, maybe. Let's trim to 0% and see what kind of climb that gives us for future reference. I mean, that must be Mount Duncan there. This one, it did say it was a notable peak. And that's apparently the Dial Range. Not really. Well, how far does the range? I guess does it continue over there? Is that this whole thing, the Dial Range? Come on over there. There's a huge mountain over there. Huge, Brad. Huge. Our little farms. We've got any Illuminati fields hidden away. That one's almost hidden away. Not quite. Look at this, and then if you're in this forest you would then fall down. There is a gorge there. You can barely see it. Wow. You wouldn't want to go too nuts walking across that. Hello, you Mount Duncan? Which one are you, scum, Mount Duncan? You know, it's disappointing that we're having these freezes, but at least they're coming back. A few patches ago, the game would just crash completely. So at least it's not doing that anymore. I think the issue where I was having where it would sort of freeze but not really was something to do with my keyboard software, so that got uninstalled, and it's been fine since. Although now we've got these new things, so I don't know. Maybe something else got installed without my permission. How are we doing? We've done 4 minutes of 4 minutes 12. But as mentioned, I think the game's assuming I'm doing something like 170 when I'm actually only doing something like 160. Let's go back to 2% trim. In fact, we're only doing 150 at the moment. Hold on, I need to look at the true airspeed really, not what the dial says. We are doing about 170. Where's the wind? 5 degrees in front of us. So yeah, okay, fair enough. Makes sense. Makes all the sense in the world. We should be turning any second now. We've done 5 minutes and still haven't. Although I did look at the dam, so that might have caused some issues. So we're probably meant to be. That must be Mount Duncan there. I'm going to start turning because this purple arrows decided to give up on us, I think. No, there we go. I knew saying that would make it work. Alright, we reset our clock to 0 in order to do 1 minute 56 at 342 degrees to Sulphur Creek Point. Just west of due north on the Bass Strait shoreline lies Sulphur Creek Point, a notable coastal prominence. Prominence? What you talking about, Willis? I don't see no particularly prominent prominences. These fields. The colours. Hello, which of you points is Sulphur Creek Point? Where's Sulphur Creek, for that matter? I mean... looking for sticking out prominences, prominences. It's a little island over there, or is that actually the prominence that we are searching for? Well, it's time to turn apparently. Welcome to Sulphur Creek Point. We must do what the purple arrow says while we have it. Okay, it's 281 for 437. Wynyard. Farther northwest along the beautiful Bass Strait coastline lies the small coastal town of Wynyard. What about this one? This is a big coastal town, I guess. Doesn't get mentioned. Doesn't get mentioned. Not even a mention in passing. So maybe that was Sulphur Creek Point there. Maybe it was this big bulbous thing. Maybe that's Sulphur Creek there. That is a river, really. Not exactly a creek, but hey. I guess these things. There's a cricket pitch right there in amongst the forest. Isn't that awesome? What a cute little town. Here we go. Big town. Big town. What you doing, big town? What you got? Racetrack. Must be a cricket pitch here somewhere. Europe, we were looking for football fields. Here in Australia, it's cricket pitches or AFL grounds. Certainly this part of Australia. Further north, it might have been more likely to be football grounds than AFL. There it is. There's their cricket pitch on the water. Look at that. I think that's what that is. Could be. Oh, wow. What a spot to play cricket. Right on the water there. Or AFL. They're both round field sports. Little industrial port. Ah, another cricket one down here. There we go. There's another cricket pitch just below us now. There it is. That one over there might be an AFL stadium then. It doesn't really look like it's got the cricket pitch. Could just be the wrong time of year. We've done 212 of 430, so I'm thinking that Wynyard must be this one. Must be this town, and all these other towns we're going past, not even a mention. Forgotten, invisible, unloved. I'm sorry, whatever town you are. The bush trip designers didn't feel you were important enough. Instead, we're going to a much smaller town. Oh, I see it's got an airport, maybe that's why. This is probably very much just like I was saying for Queensland. They've just brought up like Google and just sort of where's a point of interest, what's interesting around Devonport or something like that. They said, oh, you should go visit the dam. So we went to the dam. Oh, you should go visit Mount whatever. Oh, yeah, Mount Duncan. Yeah, we should go visit that. Perhaps I'm being a little harsh. Anyway, what's down here? Oh, there's an airport. It's Wynyard. Okay, that'll be our point of interest, our waypoint. I do like how stable this plane is. It just, just floats along. Doesn't seem to get too caught up into the wind. As I said, I don't like that it goes from we're perfectly fine green to we're perfectly exploding red. But a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Pros and cons. And this must be a Wynyard. Hello, Wynyard. What's going on? I wonder who Wynyard was, because there's a Wynyard station in Sydney on the train line. Must be someone important or named after some town somewhere. Lord Wynyard, Lady Wynyard, who knows? Only the people who've bothered to look it up in Google. Or the people of Wynyard, perhaps. Big airport. That's a big runway. Almost land international flights there. I would think. Another cricket field with its cricket pitch. I figure that's the pitch, and this is a field. I don't know if you can call the whole thing a pitch as well. Do you say a football pitch even when you mean the whole field? Anyway, time to turn. We're not going to figure out the terminology of sport just in a video about flying through Tasmania. Now are we? 295 for 355. Rocky Cape. Rocky Cape, one of the most spectacular coastal features in Tasmania, lies to the northwest of Wynyard. Oh, that must be it over there. Look how spectacular it is. Mate, that's just a rock. That's just a rock out into the ocean, just like all the other rocks. Well, I think it's spectacular. Why am I having an argument with myself about this? Has he finally gone completely mad? He was already pretty insane. But now, he's gone all the way. Look at that view. Wow. Wow, looks like a really pretty place to visit. I'm glad to be able to do it virtually. I hope to be able to do it IRL-ly eventually. Say that 15 times quickly. Interesting little rock formations. Oh, is that actually houses? I thought they were little white rocks, but I think it's little white houses actually. What are you all bunched up over on the beach there for? Oh, look how many you're all bunched up there. Must be like a resort or something, a beach resort. Cabins to hire on the beach. Seems a bit odd that there'd be a conglomeration of houses right there on the edge of the water. It doesn't seem to be normally the case with towns and villages. So I'm going with resort. Can we gradually lose a little bit of height without gaining too much speed? Or should I just do it the same way and actually lower my power? I should do it the same way. Yep. Red light, red line. Red light, green light. I'm powering down a bit. There we go. I want to get a bit lower. I want to take in the full splendour of Rocky Cape here. Carefully, carefully. Looking alright, looking alright. I don't know if the irony is the right word, probably not, but the sheer bullshit factor of the one thing that I'm having to fight that's making this flight difficult is the plane. Maximum speed. No care for, hitting rocks or hitting the ground or whatever. The problem is the plane itself. There we go. I think we can go back up to 90. I'm at a reasonable height now. We can enjoy the splendours here of Rocky Cape. It's got some nice walking paths, hiking tracks. You can get up on top of the hill there and look out over the sea. Lovely. Very nice. Looks like a sloth. Looks like a sloth or a... Alright, some kind of animal. Clearly it's some kind of massive ancient wombat that has been fossilised into the mountain there, or the hill there. I don't really call it a mountain. Alright, reset our clock to Sawyer Bay in 270 degrees in 1 minute 41. Pass over open water to the heart of Sawyer Bay, along the shores of which are a number of beaches. Fucking oath. Number of beaches, huh? Look at this, it's a, what do you call it? A dock, a boardwalk. It goes out like a kilometre. Must be an oil thing or something. I can't imagine that's for people to use, is it? it still hasn't really rendered in. I'm just vaguely seeing a bunch of pylons and then a thing at the end. An old thing. I mean, if you had made this bush trip and flown it yourself, you would have seen this and gone, I better look that up. I'm going to add that as a waypoint. It's the dock for some lumber mill or something. Damn! I guess this is all too shallow for the big boats, and so they had to put the dock out here, and then they've got a... Wow. I don't even know if that's a lumber mill, but who knows, something like that. Tasmania is famous for forestry. They like cutting trees down there, and Greenpeace likes trying to stop them. Wow, look at this thing. It's madness. I bet it's a rail line, like a little mine cart, except not for mines. And this must be... What have we done? Yeah, look, this must be Sawyer Bay here. We're already at time, basically. We shall now wait for the purple arrow. Our Lord and Saviour. There it goes. Reset our clock. We want to go 303 degrees for 152. To Stanley. On the northwestern aspect of Sawyer Bay lies Stanley, a small coastal town that lies at the base of a small sheer-walled mesa called the Nut, a remnant of a volcanic plug. There it is, there's the Nut. An old volcanic plug, eh? See, that's interesting. That's interesting. Thank you, Bush Trip designer, writer, copywriter, whatever you are, however you are, whatever you do in life. Maybe you're just one of the programmers who's been said, hey, can you make a bush trip around Tasmania? And go on Google, find some points of interest. Ah, the Nut! That sounds interesting. Let's chuck that in. Oh, it's a volcanic plug. Good work. Good work. Little, nuances. Little interesting things. I want to lose height again. I have somehow crept back up. Let's go down to... I'm going to go down to like 70 again. The counterintuitive thing is that as you lose power and start losing height because of that, you start gaining speed, which is, taking the power off and getting faster. How? Why? So I still need to be careful here that we don't somehow end up... I'm not going to follow the purple arrow exactly. I want to come and have a look at Stanley here and the Nut. Well, I guess people of Stanley are known as the Nuts. You old nuts, are ya? Not much to you, Stanley. We've got a dock on the base of the Nut. Some kind of big building and a marina. Maybe there's a museum or an aquarium maybe there. Who knows? Some kind of industry. Hopefully it's tourism. Yeah, there we go. I think we've lost enough height now. Let's go back to 90%. Say hello to Stanley as we get our new coordinates of 258 for 232. On our way to West Bay. To the west of Stanley, after passing over a small isthmus that ends at the Nut and the town of Stanley, lies the crescent-shaped West Bay. I looked up what an isthmus was the other day. And I think it's just like a point out like this that's almost cut off as an island, but not quite. There's a little causeway there. Now we're back to open water, are we? Crescent-shaped West Bay. Well, this whole thing's... all bays are crescent-shaped. This whole thing could be West Bay, or are we actually talking over there somewhere? One of these bays is West Bay. That much can be certain. Oh, I said Grand Cherokee before. It's a Grand Caravan, of course. I was thinking a car. I guess this would be the Grand Cherokee of planes. The Grand Cherokee of planes. Just gonna give up. It's talking too hard. Too hard. Mouth won't say words. Oh wow, look at the colouring over there. Very spooky, kinda. Interesting. Interesting. So this must be West Bay. We're about to hit 2 minutes 30. We're already in West Bay. It was very crescent shape. Are these both islands? No, that's not an island. That's part of that. But I think this is an island. Looks like there's like a long carved out bit of grass there. Maybe they do grass drag racing or something. Maybe it's just a freak of nature, a whatever, a coincidence. All right, we want 191 for 1 minute 5 seconds. We're heading to Smithton airport, where we shall be landing. Fly inland over marshland to land at Smithton Airport, YSMI. Is that it there? Right there? Okay, we're way too close to it. How was that 1 minute? Okay. I don't think this plane's going to drop out of the sky at all, so let's get our flaps down. Let's get our trimming back to wherever it was when we took off. I don't remember. Let's see how quickly we lose height. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I think we might be okay-ish. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think we might need to just come over this way a bit for a bit. Say hello to Smithton, the town itself. Well, it's a crosswind, so not much we can do about what direction we should land at. There's not much of a wind either, so we good. We Gucci. How are we looking? I think we're looking pretty good, actually. Not too floaty. Not like the 172, which I just couldn't get to come out of the sky. It wanted to stay up there where it belonged. Well, its bigger brother is a little bit more inclined to go. Still though, we're floating. We're floating. I think it's going to be alright. Got plenty of speed to work with, so even if we have to land pretty fast after dropping a bit of height, we'll do that. Five hundred. Come on, down you go. There we go. That's what we want. Not bad. Get our brakes on. Hope it's not a plane that tips over if you brake too hard. Worry about the pause in the game, but it's alright. Tiny little one. Seems to happen whenever you land now. And are we Gucci? We are. Grand Caravan EX. Leg completed. Welcome to Smithton. That was leg 1 of the Tasmanian Odyssey bush trip. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.